life of EverQuest. So, hello everyone, and welcome back to Matt Plays EverQuest. This is going to be a little more of a walkthrough-ish episode, as there really hasn't been too much to call home about. This is the starting location for when you actually come into the main game. This is, what's it called again? Crescent Reach. And you'll also notice here that I have a little skeleton now. I've done some more spell buying, and essentially a lot of my spells are also based around the Necromancer class. And because of that, I will eventually get to summon more undead creatures, such as the skeleton here. So now I have both a healer as well as some extra tanking meat to help me in fighting. He's not as strong as me, but he'll do in a pinch. So, guess it's time to walk you guys through this area. I'm losing myself in the brush. Okay, here, map. Okay, I don't know what this big building is here. It's just a big building. Nothing I've looked online tells me even about this place, to be honest. I will also mention that there are numerous quests throughout the major locations I'm going to show you, but for the most part I actually ignored them this time, and you can quite quickly plow through the levels just by grinding monsters, to be honest. This will be your first area to buy... minimize. This will be your first area to buy both skills as well as spells. This will all be low level stuff for you because, again, this is a starting area. In particular, since I am a Shadow Knight, my guild master is right here. Oh, actually I have some more practicing I can do. Tempting, but not right now. And also, essentially, these guys are who you go to if you want to train any kind of skills. Shadow Knight Tomes. I think they changed things a little bit. There's actually a lot more stuff he has in here. But let's see here. The Tomes. Reflection of Dead Discipline. Essentially, there's a couple disciplines in here. I honestly have not been told whether or not I should actually buy anything from here for tomes for my class. So I've just left it be for now and mostly focused on spells. Spells, as you can see, you'll find in the inner circle. Abilities you'll find just outside the inner circle, and then around the border you'll find all the guild runners. So, with that in mind, I keep hitting P because I've been playing too much Anarchy lately. I've been grinding levels in that too a lot. Gonna head south through here and get that frame rate back. As you can tell, this is still a very old game, and too many bodies equals frame rate of about 10. The actual Crescent Reach. It is a large building, and again, you can find some missions in here if you really want to. Also, there's a fun little central elevator here. If you click on this, the elevator comes down. And there's more story-based missions up the stairs from what I have experienced before. Again, this run I'm trying to do it for speed, and doing it for speed means mostly monster hunting. So, if we head down this way, we will reach the main front gates. And the camera went a little jittery because we're on the stairs. So I went to the north here, showing you on the map, my little arrow going this way. In here's a whole lot of really low level stuff. You might need to start on there, depending on how high of a level you are. Also right in here are a bunch of, I forget what they're called, but essentially they're lizard men in this area. They're usually pretty good on only one-on-one fights, and they don't normally social. However, if you go a little bit further north around this lake area, this is where you start to run into giant undead skeletons, and they will social like mad. And also they drop a few quest items if you are looking for that. I happened to accidentally grab one. Essentially, in this area, this entire area rather, you are going to be working on getting from whatever level you were. I was level 10, and you're going to want to get at least level 18 before moving on. And where we're going to be moving on is over in this direction to the Brightfire Moors. So let's head that way now. Run. Something else to note is that when you get in here, unless you have a map pack like I recently got, you're not going to be able to see much of anything. But as you can see, that's where I started from. Here's a road leading off into the middle of nowhere. But what we're really going to pay attention to is in this area you'll find snakes and giant rats, and also to the north too, but in particular towards the south. I want to make mention because we also want to head this way anyways. So there's a few more creatures you want to level up on out here. I'm trying to check what kind of level they are. It's blue. And I'm, what now? Level 19, so he's gotta be at least 17? I wanna say, something like that. So, these guys are a little bit higher level than the skeletons are. And after a while, the skeletons can be quite a drudge because they just feel really samey for the most part. But again, the reason we want to come south is for the book here. We're left clicking on this, and we're entering the Plane of Knowledge. And so, if we look around a little bit, right behind us is the waypoint we came through, and this gigantic building we see in front of us is essentially the outside of the center of the Plane of Knowledge. The Plane of Knowledge is pretty much, for new players, going to be your main hub home. Everything you need will be here at every level. The Plane of Knowledge is named as such because within its walls contains every spell and every ability for every level. Not to mention all the shops and so forth that you will need throughout the game if you feel it necessary to get those. But being free and new, you'll want to do a few other different things. In particular, there are actually noob quests for collecting armor on the cheap that won't be, say, horrible, but won't be the greatest thing in the world either. Oh, I almost ran off in the wrong direction. I'm going to show you the quest giver first, before I move on to try and finish the quest I got from him already. I believe it's him. Yeah. Franklin Teague here. He is to the southwest end, near the guild lobbies, as you can see here. And he will give you, depending upon how close to a level you are, he will give you level-specific missions to go off and try and find that noob armor I mentioned. Again, it's not the best in the game, but it'll suffice until you get your character towards end levels, and it'll get a lot more money to actually afford decent stuff. With that in mind, I'm going to head off and start doing my mission again. Let's see here, is it in the log? Journal, J. I need to kill 5 goblin aggressors or blood tracers. 5 goblin aggressors or blood chasers, and I need to do it in the Warsilk's Wood. Doing a little bit of research, you can find something pretty easily, and again I hit P. you'll notice that there are portals throughout the plane of knowledge, and they will take you to just about anywhere in the game. The portal we need to go to is for over there. So we're gonna walk up to this, left click, and away we go. I believe over there I also already had a map for, but I believe the wood area that we're heading to, I actually did need the map pack for because I was getting constantly lost. I have not actually tested it inside of the area yet, but we'll have a look-see. Also note this is a huge gaping hole in the middle of nowhere. It seems there's a lot more detail in this new map pack too for it. But we're going to need to go that way, if I can adjust a little bit. And we're going to be auto-running across this map. Alright, and yes, there's a hell of a lot more on here. By the way, you can make notes on your own on the maps. However, again, it's a lot easier to have a pre-designed map, and the way EverQuest is set up, they allow people to make maps and for free put them up online for people to download. So for the particular mission I am working on, that's just a Goblin Warrior, so there's nothing to worry about there. Although he might be good for some XPs, what we really need to do is we need to go up in this northern area of the map and hunt down the particular goblins I'm looking for and finally finish this mission. Did that guy just clip through a wall? Yep, and he just did it again. Oh, ouch. The heck? Okay, running. Like hell, and we're gonna leave the area again because it's being cheap right now. Don't actually see anyone this time. What the hell? At least it looks like a fight that can be handled. Oh wow. Running. What do you got here? They just freaking all respawned again. Oh, what the hell? Are you kidding me? Ah! Well, already off to the better start than that last fight. There's only one guy, and we can cast most of my spells on him so far. Seems to have very little magic resistance, which is a good thing for me. Just a minute. And that's what we needed. Giant ass crack. Now your ass is dead. How's my experience? Ooh, he was a nice chunk. So, the main lesson we learned today, when trying to do this particular mission in the War Silks woods, if you're hunting on the goblins, go to the eastern northern corner and find the ruined building. This place is dirt easy compared to the rest of the map, and there's also far fewer lurking creatures, and the few that are here are also very low level. On that note, the last one! Now task is complete. Oh. Actually, what we're doing, we need to do this multiple times. I'll take my shoulder pads for now.